Hey, I'm just getting everything going here. Give me a second. Almost ready. Okay. Trying to get Zoom and Facebook and all right. Anyway, I want to talk to you about your Manipura chakra today. We have some things to talk. We have some things to discuss. As I like to say to my 17-year-old son, we have some things to discuss. No, I'm joking. But I want to talk to you about your Manipura chakra. And here's why we have some things to discuss, because people always say to me, isn't this your Manipura chakra, your solar plexus? And I always say, well, it's not wrong, but the yogis the tradition places the chakra here at your belly button, at your navel. And even another name for Manipura chakra is Nabi chakra, N-A-B-I, which is clearly related to the word navel, right? And so Nabi chakra, do you know English came from Latin and Greek, which came from Sanskrit? So you have this, right? There, you definitely have cognates in the English language for, anyway. So, so Nabi chakra means the navel chakra, right? And it doesn't mean it doesn't include your solar plexus, and particularly because this energy center is big and it's fiery, and the whole job of the Manipura chakra is this transformation. You know, it has a transformational capacity, if you like, and we're shifting things using the transformational energy of the chakra, using the power of the chakra, using the fire element, right? So in addition to, it's not that it's not here, it's just that kshetram, which is the Sanskrit word that means the concentration point or the field, technically the field, is the navel. Like that's when you sit and meditate, contemplate your navel, like that's a joke, but that's actually the way that the yogis understood it. So if you want to go deeper into the chakras, I'm working on some stuff right now. I hope I have some information about you for you soon, or sort of more from this traditional perspective. And I love all the stuff that people talk about chakras. You know, I've loved everything from the New Age stuff and Carl Jung stuff, but I go back to the tradition. A book that I read that really helped me understand the roots of the system is by a guy named Kurt Leland, and it's called The Rainbow Body. And boy, is it eye-opening, because it really traces the roots of the New Age system back to Madame Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society in the late 1800s. Really interesting read if you want to know about this stuff. If you're not that interested, no worries. But let me tell you a little bit more about the chakra. So I'm wearing a red shirt today. Well, it's kind of pinkish, or I don't know what color it's coming up, but it looks a little bit red to me. And one of the reasons I did that was because that's the traditional color of the fire element. The fire element is red. So traditionally, the thinking was fire element resides in the navel area. That's the color is red. The mantra is rung, and those the sound and the shape. The shape is a red triangle, typically pointing upwards. Sometimes you see it pointing downwards. I talked to a yogi once and he said, yes, it's pointing downwards, because when you start to meditate and you work on it, the energy flips up so that you can make use of the fire. I mean, it's just, there's so many interesting details about this chakra. And it's so powerful, and a lot of times it gets watered down in Western culture, and we say like, oh, here's this essential oil or this flower essence or this, here's a yellow card or something, and that will bounce your Manipura chakra. That stuff is completely insufficient. I would say it's insufficient. I mean, there may be some interesting things there, but it's not sufficient enough to really convey the gravity, the power of this chakra to really transform your life. Manipura chakra has so much. It's so much about energy, and it's about how we direct our energy, right? And it's about how we reclaim our energy and then use it for our personal and spiritual growth. That's about all of those things. So, one of the things I really love to do is teach about the subtle body and the chakra system. It's something I've been doing for many, many years. I've been researching it for many, many years, and I've got tons of practices. Right now, we're in the middle of practicing several practices for the chakra system, the subtle body system, in the Subtle Yoga Resilience Society. I put a little information about that in the link, so have in the description, so you can have a look at that. So here's a practice that I want to show you, and You can do this one cold. I mean, it's probably good to do a little bit of knees to chest or something to your spine is a little bit open, but this is more of kind of like a visualization practice. So you come to your mat. I mean, there's moving going on, but there's a lot of visualization. So you come to your mat and bring your forehead down and feel where your navel rests on the floor. If you want to come up into Sphinx and just rest on your elbows so you can feel it and move your hips a little bit. Where's your navel resting on the floor? Okay, and then the practice is you can do cactus arms or you could be on your hands or fingertips. Either of those are fine. And the practice is lift your chest, face, arms, and legs as if, just it doesn't have to be high, but as if you're balancing on the nabi, on the navel chakra, on the Manipura, and then releasing down. So you do that with an inhale. Inhale up and pause. You can do arms wider if you like. And then on the exhale, float back down. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale up, pause. Imagine you're balancing on your fire. Last one. So that's a locust posture. You might want to come back and do a child's pose afterwards so you feel some of the work that you just did in your back. Usually, or oftentimes, we think about things like locust and cobra as poses that build the back body, and they certainly are, but also we can use them in a way to help us to understand and to feel and to build greater interoceptive maps of the subtle body system. So that one's specifically useful for the fire element, useful for the Nabi chakra. And then, of course, forward bends are really useful for the third chakra, as are twists. So I do a lot of those in my classes that I'm teaching at the Subtle Yoga Brazilian Society. And my intention is this year to get some more information out there about the subtle body system. So anyway, I hope this was really helpful, or slightly helpful at least. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was interesting. And I'll be back. I'll see you next week. Thanks for being here. Bye. All right, anyway, I want to talk to you about your